Okay. My 5 favorite side riders are as follows. Number 5, another Agito. Number 4, number 5, another Agito, because he was probably one of the only riders that looked, like, vicious. Like, he didn't look like a normal rider because his mask would flip open to reveal teeth, and he could look like he would, like, devour you. Um, Number 4, Meteor. Meteor is cool and all, but he hasn't been in too many episodes for me to validate him as a higher than number 4. He's like Bruce. But for the record, he's like Bruce Lee, if Bruce Lee was a Kamen Rider, and that's what I like. Jupiter Punch.
I also like the disco music that his driver makes.
I love that. Number 3, Kamen Rider Knight from Ryuki. Say what you will about Ryuki, but Knight is a badass. He's got a lance. He's got a cape that can turn into wings. He's got an awesome motorcycle, and he just fits. Number 2, Garen from Blade. Even though Garen's supposed to be the leader, he comes off as more of a side rider. But I love that the fact that he uses a gun, and that when he powers up, his gun becomes like a gun's sword. I mean, I prefer that guns turn into swords, but this is pretty good too. And number 1, and I'm surprised you didn't say this, is Dark Kiba from Kamen Rider Kiba.
Yeah, I thought of Dark Kiba, but I preferred Saga personally.
Dark Kiba has basically like the same, like he's got the Floessels to steal the other Floessels of anything else. He looks more intimidating, like right off the bat. He just looks like Kamen Rider Emperor if he was like evil. He's got a badass rider user, but then again, then he's passed on to Walter is dead, and then he's passed on to the new generation. But still, Dark Kiva, one of my favorites. Definitely up there and deserving of number 1, in my opinion.
And the final question is, what is the next Kamen Rider you think should get a movie in the style of Kamen Rider the First and the Next? If you haven't seen those 2 movies, you are missing out because they are awesome in my opinion. And this is from Decree as well. Why don't you explain to the audience what Kamen Rider the First and the Next is, if they don't know?
Oh, Kamen Rider First and the Next are basically the very first Kamen Riders, Ichigo and Nigo, revamped and put on the big screen. I have seen this movie, and it is amazing. So, Decree, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's probably one of my favorite Rider movies. It's definitely ranked up there as one of my top 5 movies. Basically, the humans turn into monsters, but they've got this weird, like, they don't metamorph into monsters. They got these enhancements to become like monsters, but they wear like, monster masks, and the masks like give them their suits and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. It sounds dumb, but it's actually really good. You gotta check it out.
As for another Kamen Rider series that would work like that, actually, Light said this before. Amazon would work really well if they like made it really, really dark, because Amazon can be fucking scary if done right.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, but my opinion, I would probably want to see. I'd want to see Kiva, because if they can do it, if they can make him look that dark, like if they can make him look pretty damn intimidating in the show, I would love to see what they can do with like a revamped Kiva and on a bigger budget. I think that would just be fantastic.
Actually, what I personally would like to see is like a retelling of Hibiki. I know you don't like it, but the premise is cool. Like these riders are demons, and
yeah,
the suits already look amazing as it is. But
I'm not gonna lie that the suits are amazing, but the story and the non-saying of henshin and all that other bullshit.
Tuning fork.
Fuck off. Yeah. God, that's a lot of questions.
Oh yeah.
Is that the last one?
That was the last one. And thank you all for these questions. And you can send your questions to tokusatsucorner@gmail.com and include your YouTube username as well. But if you don't have an email for some strange reason, you can personal message your answers through YouTube to myself, Nightshade, or Light. And Nightshade?
Yeah.
It's time.
Oh god, it's that time.
It is.
It's superhero time!
Which starts now.
Gokaiger! Switch on! Kamen Rider Fourze! Hareni! Kita!
Okay, before we start discussing these episodes of Gokaiger and Fourze, I want to let you know that all the stuff that we've missed, it's going to be released next week in a special episode, and somewhere in the middle of the week. And we'll discuss all of the episodes that we missed in the fall and winter of last year. But anyway, let's move on to the latest episode of Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, and that is episode 47.
God, we're coming close to the end, aren't we?
We are. And this episode really, wow.
The whole time, like when we got up to the halfway point, I was like, what the fuck?
I know.
You want to go for this one?
To be honest, I didn't want to watch this episode because I had an idea of what was going to happen because of the preview of the last episode. Just seeing Bosco in the captain's chair of the Gokai Galleon with the ranger keys next to him. But what happened during this episode? Jesus Christ, I didn't expect any of this to happen.
Okay, yeah, so let's recap. Sally's dead, Marvelous is dead, and everyone else is beaten the hell up. If no one else thinks Marvelous is dead, take a look at this.
サリーよくやったよ。あいつら全員ガレオンから引き離した上に一番面倒なマベちゃんを簡単に片付けられる。何かを得るためには何かを捨てなきゃ。まさか。
The monkey exploded in right next to him. So if none of you think he's not dead, you're all freaking crazy. I mean, we all have that thing, he's not going to be dead. He's the main character, but, still, what natural person could survive a close-range explosion?
But that's the thing of the explosion. It was Bosco made that happen. Like, Sally didn't know about any of this. Sally didn't know that necklace around her neck was a bomb. And she didn't know that part of the plan was her getting shot by Bosco and then getting sacrificed just to kill Marvelous.
And on top of that, the Rangers are beating the fuck up. Dude, we gotta show that clip.
拳銃性重力逆転波
旋風戦一文字竜巻
更新せ乱れ山火かもうボロボロじゃんいい加減諦めな諦めねえよ絶対におかげハリケンジャージョニーボー影の前追い詰めていくぞ
Even with the powers on their side, they couldn't take down Bosco. They barely even hurt him.
Oh my god, a freaking monster. He's like, this just shows you how terrifying he is.
Just shows like he doesn't care about anybody, and it obviously shows that he didn't care about Sally, this monkey that we thought was like his partner or his pet. Throughout this entire series, he just tossed her aside like she was garbage, like nothing, like just using her as a pawn in his plan to kill Marvelous.
But hell, that's what a pirate is.
Yeah, but as we've seen, Marvelous would never do that to one of his crew.
But unfortunately, look where that got him.
But
I'm not saying he should do that. I'm just saying, look what not being a traditional pirate got him.
And the fight choreography was amazing. And seeing,
oh my god,
especially seeing with like the Die Ranger powers, and the way that they fight, holy crap, that's just freaking tastic. I guess verdict for this episode is good episode, very good episode.
I'm left hanging on the edge of my seat. I want to see what happens next. I'm really excited about this.
I do too, and it sucks that we have to wait a week to find this out. And what sucks even more is that the realization is that in a month, Gokaiger will be over.
Yeah, but that'll leave way to go, Buster.
It will, but it'll be the same thing as O's. We've like devoted a year of our lives with this series and with these characters, and then it's just gonna all come to an end. Not gonna be easy.
Yeah, no more sad stuff. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to Kamen Rider Fourze.
It's right time to discuss Kamen Rider Fourze episode 19. Another good episode for Fourze.
They're on a hot streak, aren't they?
Oh my god, they are. And I've been surprised with like some of the Astro switches, which we thought were gonna be dumb as all hell, were actually pretty badass. Like a few episodes ago, Pen, like just thought of it was just stupid, but actually seeing it in action and seeing the limit break, holy crap, that was insane. Enough about past episodes. We're gonna be talking about this recent episode, and like I said, good episode. And we see a strain in the relationship with the Kamen Rider Club, mainly between Kengo and Gentaro.
Yeah, because Kengo looks like he's being replaced, and he doesn't like that. Also, he doesn't like that this new person's touching his father's Astro switches, which the magnets N and S seem to be fairly important.
Yeah, it seem to be really strong, and from what we've seen so far, and let me go back a little. The new member, Meteor, worked on some of the Astro switches, like the hand switch, which seems really weird. And it's just funny that the hand was able to disassemble a bicycle faster than Kentaro was able to answer one math question.
Gentaro is breaking the stereotype. He doesn't know math.
Well, it just shows that you don't necessarily have to be smart to be a Kamen Rider.